back to the LEALE podcast. Welcome back to the LEALE podcast. Hey, subscribe to the LEALE. Right down there. Thank you. Welcome back to the LEALE podcast. Welcome back to the Loft podcast. Welcome back to the Loft podcast, the Loft TV, the Loft Productions. The Loft is home, and I'm happy that you joined us. We have a relentless, intelligent, creative human being in the room right now. The woman of the hour, the woman of the day, the woman of the year, the woman of the cipher. We'll get into that later. LEALE, let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Yes. So what's up? How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm well. I just took a bomb nap. Feel alive.
Sometimes it's what it takes.
It's needed.
Yeah.
After a long day.
Yeah.
What is your outlet? What you do when you have a long day?
When I have a long day?
Yeah. To like recharge yourself.
See, I can't. I'm not a napper.
No?
I can't. I don't know.
Naps are just wonderful to me.
Yeah, I'm not a napper. I have to stay busy.
Okay.
I have to stay busy. But a long day is just like, you could try and sleep, but I don't know. I can't. Because if I take a nap, I'm sleeping for an hour, and then I'm just like, I can't do the power nap thing.
I feel that.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
College, maybe, but yeah.
Okay. I love that. So, LEALE, you are very, I got to give you flowers now. You are very talented.
Thank you.
You have, I think you mapped out your own future already. You already know what you want, and I love that about yourself. So, I just want to get into who you are, your journey, and everything about that. So, what got you into rapping?
Yeah, so when I was like 12 years old, I lost my grandpa to cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I've always said this, is I've never really been a very outspoken child, especially when it comes to my emotions, and I still am not to this day. And I just had to find different ways to cope with things. So poetry and hip-hop were like definitely two of my biggest passions.
Yeah.
Even growing up, like I always listened to like hip-hop, and it was just I enjoyed that style of music, but poetry really came after I lost my grandpa. So I started putting these little poems together or whatever, and as like I combined the two interests, I just started putting the poems that I had, which were like just ventilation of my emotions. Like it was my outlet. And I started putting them to the beats, like beats I would find on YouTube and stuff like that. And I have like a book of raps, and I sat on it for like 3 years. Yeah. But I never shared it with anybody because it's so personal.
So when you started doing the poems, nobody used to hear it? You just did it for yourself?
Yeah, no, I just did it for me. It was more or less like a way for me to get it out, because like I feel like I always had these like thoughts that I would seem like speaking just didn't seem right, because I just felt like nobody really would understand the way that I was thinking. But I knew that like putting it on paper and then like me being able to see it also helped me cope in a way, if that makes sense. And as soon as I started putting them to beats, that's when I was like, wait a minute. I was like,
this is cool.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I'm making an art out of me. Like, you know what I mean? My thoughts and, like, what comes from my heart. So I did that for a while, but I didn't tell, like, a soul. I mean, like, I might have told my mom, I was like, Mom, I wrote a poem or something, but I never.
Not
like,
in depth of how.
Hey, Mom, I'm rapping in my room.
Yeah.
Like, you know
so,
what I mean?
Do you remember the first person you shared it with?
Oh, man.
Like your first?
It might have been my mom, because I feel like, so sometimes we'd be in the car and I would like play a beat that like from YouTube to one of the poems, and I'd be like, Mom, wait, let me show you something, and I would just go. Yeah. And I think sometimes she like, I don't know, I don't really know what she thought of it first. I can't really remember, because I didn't do it often until the first time I shared a video. That was like, I really seek for validation in everybody, because it was very vulnerable, like sharing something like that. So I remember sending the video to like a bunch of my closest friends. I'm like, yo, what do you think of this? Like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, what, should I post this? Yeah. Because I saw a bunch of other people doing similar things, doing freestyles in their cars. And I was like, maybe this could go somewhere. Yeah. People were like.
When did you feel that you're actually good though? Because before you even recorded it, I feel like someone had to be like, yo.
When I was good at rapping?
Yeah.
Truthfully, not until recently.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like, I feel like you have moments where you, like, will have a successful song or a successful video, and you get, like, adrenaline from it, and you're like, oh, I have potential. Yeah. I think I knew I always had potential. But it wasn't until recently where I really found out who I was as an artist. Yeah. And that's when I realized, like this is for me, and I can take it to new heights. But I always knew I had it, but as far as the confidence of like who I am as an artist.
So you were still building your character for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Until very recently. Yeah.
And recently you feel secure.
Yeah.
So now my question to you, I'm skipping the gun, but I really want to know now. When I asked you to be part of the cypher, were you secure in that moment or were you not?
LEALE. Look. Dirty dime a dozen, now I'm moving with intention. Don't bother posting shit if you is leaving out a mention. I'm hot, classic, undeniably the best. The reason that I'm different, cause I say shit with my chest. So I'ma flip you like a quarter, you gon' land it on your head. I'm a shooter, don't do layups, go get about the bed. Got everyone in high school start my moves like they a fed. They only wanna love you when you famous or you dead. Widely known, but still waiting for a chance. My pride has shown that I'm the realest in the dance. A strong divide, the truth you never stood a chance. Now I'm suffocating rappers like a skinny boy's pants.
Because you came across pretty secure.
Well, I remember when I got asked to be in the cypher. I remember Nazi calling me and he was like, "This is my guy Rich. Like he wants you to be a part of this." And that was like the first thing that I got like recognized for the music.
Love
and people were like, I remember I was with a bunch of people and I was like, "Yo, guys," and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I didn't even know what I was talking about because really I didn't know the details of it. I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the cypher made me realize that I could do, I don't know, it opened a new door for me, I think.
Yeah.
Because as far as like being around other artists, that was new for me.
Yeah.
I have artists in my hometown and I've met artists in Buffalo and stuff like that, but I was never in a setting with a lot of other super talented artists like that were doing the same like thing that I was. So it was new for me, but after finishing it, I think it gave me a breath of fresh air, and I was like, all right, what's next? It was one of those moments, you know?
I feel like, from my perspective, it's dope because the reason I do the cypher is because I want to see everybody's like top tier talent in one spot at one place and execute it. Yeah. So when I asked you, and I love this part of the cypher because when everybody's coming in, nobody's really talking to each other, but everybody's talking to each other, but not really talking to each other.
Half of them, like, I know a couple people there didn't think I was even there.
Yeah, I heard the side talks.
That was like, I still talk about that sometimes because that happens to me all the time.
Yeah,
like, especially it happened to me recently.
Because why?
Because I'm a female
rapper.
And, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a young female, and when like I come in the setting, it's just like you don't always, you know what I mean? And I get it. But at the same time, it's like, it's a difficult conversation. Yeah. If I'm being honest, like a female versus a male's perspective in the world of hip hop. Because if I don't show up, everybody in that room, if they don't know each other, is getting asked if they're in the cypher. Yeah. But I'm not. Yeah. And that's just how it is.
She's telling the truth. Right. I was there. I witnessed it.
And there could be 4 dudes there that aren't even rapping, but they're gonna get asked. Yeah. But that's just how it is. Like, and that's why that also motivates me though to come harder with everything I do because I'm like, you know what? It's got to speak for me. Like it's got to back me up. Yeah. You know, my words got to really pack that punch and like make them remember me. Yeah. Because obviously before.
Yeah. When you were finally asked though, you stepped on it. You said, "No, I'm a rapper. I'm in the cypher." I was like, "Okay, yeah, it's about to be good. This is about to be good." Yeah. I respect it because like. When I do that, I want to see everybody's top tier pen. And when you seemed very secure in that moment, and there was some really good artists there. Yeah, and they've been doing it for a long time. Yeah. So I was just like, let me see what you got, and you brought everything in like the confidence was there. You didn't rely on nobody's like words to say, "Oh, am I doing good or not?" You're just relying on yourself, right? Which is big for an artist. Yeah. Currently, do you rely on anybody's like, "Yo, this is good," or anybody's review, or you just know internally that it sounds good?
I'm at a point where I've always am looking. Okay, so it depends on my trust with the person. Because before, when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing or who I was and where I was going with this. So any ear that could tell me this is good, this is terrible, I was taking it. Yeah. And it slowly, like, as I got more talented and as I kept doing this and as I realized, wait a minute, you're hard. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need these people to tell you this. I'm always going to take criticism from the people around me that do the same thing as me. And like, that's why I like to surround myself with people that are more successful than me, like people that have more experience in music, business, all that, because I want like the criticism, and I might not always take it. Like somebody could tell me, nah, that verse was trash, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna scratch it. But at the same time, I like to internalize certain outside opinions. It just depends, but you can't like dwell on it no matter what, good or bad. That's the other thing.
How important is your surroundings, your support system? How important is that to you?
It's very important.
Yeah.
I think that, well, like slowly I've kind of grown like a team of people that truly believe in me, but also my work. Yeah. And I think that as I've done the music, I've just continued to like do that in life. Yeah. It's not even just now with my team of like 3 or 4 people that we work every day. It's just everybody that I reach out to has to have that like positive mindset and benefit me, not always with the music or that, you know what I mean, work, but mentally, emotionally. So my circles definitely get smaller, but it's everybody that I know I can rely on a word, no matter the situation, music or not, you know.
So you made friends with the music, but now they're like friends outside the music as well.
Right.
That's fire.
Yeah, for sure, because the music is so deep. Yeah. But the other thing is, too, is I have a lot of mutuals with the music. Yeah. Like, doing this and being in a, like, city like Buffalo.
Shout out, Buff.
Yeah, for real. I've so many people I know, and I've gained a crazy network. I know a lot of amazing artists, producers, other people behind the scenes, people that run podcasts, and I'm blessed to know them. But at the same time, you also have to be careful about how much you give of yourself. Because as an artist, it's a very vulnerable game. And to some, you know, not everybody's in it for the same reasons. You just got to be precautious, like how you move and everything, and how much you give of yourself.
I respect that. To realize that to realize that early is smart too, so you don't overextend yourself to anyone. You know your worth. Right. So, now my question to you is a little tougher. When you were first starting out, how much did other people's doubt play a part in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because doubt is heavy. And when you're first starting out, you're not usually supported.
At first, the very beginning. Yeah. It was a joke.
Really?
Well, like, I didn't take anything too harsh because I was in such a high, like, no matter the hate comments or whatever, but it was a lot of laughs. It was a lot of, like, this is cute. It's going to be cool for a couple months. She does a Bills rap. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think it was necessarily doubt until I started posting stuff like, yo, I'm about to make this song. I'm about to release a song. I'm about to be on this video. And then it was like, okay, like, what are you doing? And so I think the middle, like I said, just recently is when it's kind of started to shed off. But especially with the people closest to me, I think it was more concern because it is... For me, I'm really young, and I'm in a very big transition in my life either way. I'm going to college, and I have to figure out what I want to do. Yeah. So I get it. And it also doesn't help that I'm so, like, I'm doing this. Like, it doesn't help that I'm
Yeah.
Because I know I sound crazy. I know I do.
What do you mean by you sound crazy?
I know that when I say, like, I walk into the kitchen, and I'm like... Yeah, I'm just like, I got all this stuff going on. I'm like, I'm about to drop the song. I got merch coming. I got a show. And you want to know what, Mom? I'm going to be at this show next summer. And you want to know what? I'm going to drop this. I know I sound crazy. It's like, yo, go apply for a scholarship. I'm like, I know I sound crazy.
Go apply for a scholarship is real as hell. Okay,
real.
That's cool. But go apply for a scholarship. Yeah.
I know I sound crazy, but I get like I love that too. Yeah. I like not being the same. Yeah. I feel... and watching it succeed just makes it 10 times better. Yeah. Because I know that I'm doing something so out the ordinary, but people are really starting to realize, like, okay, yeah. It's people reach out to me all the time that used to be like, oh, that video was cute. And, like, I heard the laughs in the back that are like, congratulations, like, keep working, like, you're going to make it. And I greet it with full heartedness, and But I'm just like inside, I'm just like, and then I just keep going.
You know who's genuine and who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. All right. So what did you find in your body or in your mindset that made you keep going with everybody basically saying this is not going to last?
It's like an itch. And you can't ignore the itch. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't go away. Yeah. Like it doesn't. There's certain things like people will play a sport or pick up a hobby, and they'll let outside people affect them and they'll drop it. But this is something like this where people were affecting me to some extent, and they still do sometimes. You know, like I'm not Miss Hard. Like nothing gets to me. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't go away, and it's not even like I have to try to. It's just because I love it so much, and like my passion for it isn't going anywhere.
Love that.
So the words will keep coming, but it doesn't. It can only get to me so much
love that.
It doesn't go away.
So now you're rapping, you're writing mad bars, you got a book, a pamphlet of just bars.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So
I thought they were.
You're from Buffalo. Well, you're from
Olean,
but around the Buffalo area. Mm-hmm. You create the Bills rap. How did this even start? Like, how did this get created?
Okay. I'm going to give my dad a little bit of his props. Okay. Like, I know he's going to come for me if he sees
Shout out Pops, yeah.
Because, all right, so obviously the rap thing was weird for people at first, but my dad hits me one day and he's like, you should do something for the Bills. And at first I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean make a song about the Bills? Yeah. And then I sat down and thought about it and I was like, wait a minute.
That's good marketing.
Yeah. And I was like, I love the Bills. I can do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was stretching too out far of my comfort, outside my comfort zone. That was like, so it was like the year of COVID when nobody could go to the games that I did my first one. And it popped off. Like a lot of dope people saw it.
Wait, you're being humble. It was on TV. It was on
your
local
news.
One.
Yeah, the second one was. Yeah.
But there's 3 versions you did, right?
Yeah. So the first one was the COVID year, and it just like it got a decent amount of views. Some like players saw it and commented, whatever. And then the next year I was like, why not do it again? Yeah. So I did it, and that one went.
That's nice.
A little wild. And so after that one, I was on the news, and Twitter was just blowing up, and I got a lot of recognition for that. The next year, I was like, I had released music after that, and I was like, why do I not make an anthem that people can play forever? Yeah. You know what I mean? I know how to do this now. I know how to put songs together, and people love when I talk about the Bills. Yeah. So I did Coming for Blood, and we shot the music video with Josh. And
shout out Josh Crowd.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this question. This is more off of you. This is more on the general public. What is the love and the passion for the Bills? Why are the Bills fans are so passionate? Mm-hmm. Why? Can you try to summarize it?
We're just born with this in our blood. Like, you have to think about it. It's like a family.
It is.
Because a lot of people hate on it, and a lot of people, whatever, if you're not from the city. But when you are born and you grow up, it's something that brings everybody in that city together. True. Like, we can all be different. We can look different. We can be different ages. It doesn't matter. You got toddlers and older people that are still rocking with the Bills. Yeah. And it's just something about being from, it's not a huge city. You know what I mean? Like, Buffalo is definitely booming right now as far as sports and hip hop and everything. Yeah. But it's not a big city. And I don't know. It's just, it's tight-knit.
It's a family.
It's tight-knit. And something about being a part of something like that is just so awesome. Especially, and like, I've loved sports my whole life. But yeah, it's more about the feeling of being a part of something like that. It's just,
Bills Mafia goes crazy.
We turn up. Like, we turn up.
It's crazy.
You gotta come to a Bills game.
I need to experience that.
Game, like,
I need to experience that, definitely.
You have to.
So I want to say this. You started off, did you start videos on Instagram or TikTok first?
TikTok, yeah.
So the word viral, what does that mean to you? Like, you had so many videos go do numbers. Yeah. And like you said, you were just doing some raps that you had in your book, and you knew is that when you started to feel that little adrenaline, like you said earlier?
Yeah, so I was sharing those, and the first one got like 70,000 views.
That's wicked.
And seeing that number just in itself.
People don't get that. Do you like?
Yeah. Everyone has a different definition of viral.
Yeah.
My first video, like, that I posted rapping in my mom's car, it probably got like 70,000 views. Now it's probably around like 100, 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, like, once you get traction on TikTok, it keeps going. It just kind of like snowballs into the other, especially if you're consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that and I just like went through every paper in that book and I started sharing them. And they were getting around like 50,000 to 100,000 views.
That's wild.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, when I would switch it up, or one of them would go crazy and get like 500,000, 250,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you started that in your mom's car.
Yeah. During COVID.
Yeah.
Yep. So I would do one like a few every week in my mom's whip.
So knowing that you're just starting out rapping, you're just now letting people hear your raps, and then 500,000 people want to listen.
Right.
How did that affect you?
It made me want to keep going. It made me want to try new things because I was like, all right, you're tapping into this huge world of music and obviously like you enjoy it and so do other people. So it kind of opened up a new realm for me of like different things that for me to try out. And I realized that all those things would have the chance to be successful.
Yeah.
So that's when like the raps that I had from venting about different things turned into me doing like remixes, popular songs, the challenges, the duets, and all that stuff. I would do like these comment raps. People would drop like 3 words, and I would freestyle them.
That's fire.
Yeah, those went crazy. People love those because like they like to interact. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, TikTok's weird though because I don't have that traction anymore. So.
TikTok doesn't make sense.
TikTok is weird.
TikTok just doesn't make sense in general.
I have so much beef with TikTok.
Nah, cause
TikTok just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I had that spree and I was doing whatever, and then I was like, that's.
But did you think during this time where you're dropping freestyles, you're killing it?
Yeah.
TikTok, the social media in general, because Instagram was doing numbers as well. Did you think that since your fam in a way wanted you to focus on school, it kept you grounded in a way?
What do you mean by that? Kept me like.
Because you're saying your mom wanted you to get scholarships, etc.
Yeah.
Did it keep you grounded in a way like, okay, I'm doing great over here, but okay, let me just live a normal life on this side, but also kill it. Did it affect your music in a sense, or?
I could have let it, but I don't think it did.
Okay.
At times, it got hard, obviously, because I have like these other goals. I did want to go to school and I do want to get my degree. Yeah. So, and I do have to put time into those. So it was hard when things started really popping off because this was after. So like all the TikTok stuff, this was when I started making music for real.
Yeah.
So it was just like this past year and I was doing a lot of cool things. So it was definitely hard when it pulled me away from it. Mm-hmm. But I get that literally I'm blessed because I just have a lot of people that just want to see me succeed no matter what it is. But I definitely could have put more time in it if I didn't have all that other stuff, but it didn't really change my mindset. Like I still now am like, this is what I want to do and this is what I put. Yeah. And I like to say I put the most time in because I do, but I put the most of me in. Because when it comes to the music, it's just so natural to me. I put so much of myself in, and I feel like, how can I not succeed when I'm giving my all? Because it's more than just giving your time.
Yeah.
I go to school, and I go to the gym, and I give it a lot of my time, and pieces of me, but the music just gets the most of it.
Yeah.
But it's not forced either.
My question to you is, when you have people listen to you, what do you want the audience to hear when they're listening to you?
That's a good question.
Thanks. Welcome to the loft.
Yeah. I think when people hear LEALE, I want them to hear real. Mm-hmm. And I want to make music that makes people want to listen. I want to turn people that don't like rap, people that like rap. I want people that don't like female rappers to like female rappers. But with doing all of that and getting people to listen and actually hear me, because there's a difference between listening and hearing, you know? I want them to hear the truth. Yeah. And I want them to hear raw, gritty, but also knows what she's doing. Because I think at this point, I still have a lot to learn, and I still have so like much more I want to improve on. I'm not saying that, but I want them to see like have respect. I think the biggest thing for me is like before anything else comes with this stuff, like before I get my first big check or have my first huge show, like I think respect. I want somebody to hear my song and be like, you know what, they don't have to like it, but they respect. Like if I can get somebody's respect from hearing my music, then in my point of view, I succeeded. I did it right.
Yeah. I like that. I definitely like that. So that keeps you motivated too, where you're just like in a sense where you want to put a lot on your back. You want to give respect you want to get respect for the female rappers. You want to give respect to the newcomers. You want to give respect to a lot of them. So you put them all on your back in a sense where
it's also, I think it's outside of music too though.
Yeah.
Because for me, I did the most unconventional thing.
Okay.
I was a straight A student. I had no reason to like chase this as hard as I did. But I want to be that for not just artists, but like everybody that wants to do something that is so what people would say out of pocket or out of scene for what they would normally do, and prove that like if you just continue to be you, like just you gotta stay true to yourself and put your time in, then you can make it happen. So there's a lot of people that I know I'm representing at the same time, and I think that I'm a voice for a lot of people.
I love that. That gives you purpose. You said you wanted people to hear the truth, right?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this. Truthful execution. Wow.
Sir.
It's an EP, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What an EP.
Yeah, 5 tracks.
What did you... First of all, let's step right onto it. How did the name come up?
Okay, so this was a little controversial at first. So when I decided I wanted to make an EP, we sat down with the guys in the studio all the time, and I would make a song, and like I have like so many unreleased tracks, right? Yeah. And we had no idea what ones we were gonna use. Okay. And I remember I would just keep saying, I'd be like, I want it to be called Truthful Execution. They're like, well, maybe you should wait to hear what song. I'm like, no, it's the Truthful Execution. And I was like, because it doesn't matter what tracks I'm putting on or what goes on, like, it represents something bigger than that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Executing and doing what nobody thought or wanted me to do, and I'm keeping it authentic. I'm keeping it true.
Yeah. I like that. I was just making sure the camera's on because that was real. That was real. I like that. You basically combined two situations where you're saying the truth and you wanted to execute everything. Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
I knew it didn't matter what songs that were going on it. They were going to go on it because they were executed right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they had to deserve the spot on the EP. It was it was a blank canvas. Yeah. Because I knew I wanted that to stand for. Because a first project for me is big. Like a first song for me was huge. Yeah, and the project was like, because people always want more. Like nobody's ever satisfied, respectfully. Yeah. So it's like you can drop a song and they're like, okay, we'll do this.
Yeah. People are never satisfied, and especially in the music game.
But like also I didn't want people to think like I'm seeking for validation in any way. It's just like, all right, here's me. Like let me put it together and just show you, you know?
Yeah. So you got the name down. Mm-hmm. Now you're going across the 5 songs, which, by the way, Patience is my favorite.
Yeah,
I told you that already. Patience go crazy. Me and Raz was jumping.
Shout out K-Twist.
Shout out K-Twist.
We made magic in March. I knew that we made that track in March. And
really?
I was like, yeah, me and Lily played that in the car the whole way home from Utica, and I was like, yeah.
Shout out Lily. Lily's a real friend.
Yeah, shout out Lily. That's my girl, bro. That's my backbone.
That's dope. So, do you have a personal favorite on the EP?
Everyone asks me this. And it's hard because, like, everyone also asks me, like, what's your favorite song? But for me, I like each of my songs individually, and I respect them and uphold them in a different way. Mm-hmm. Because, especially on the EP, they all showcase different parts of me and as an artist and just me as a person. Yeah. So that's really hard. I don't know. Like, Patience is like, I tapped into a new bag with that. Yeah. And everyone's
Patience
like,
is like, who was you talking to? You was mad at somebody?
Yo, we don't gotta do all that.
We ain't gotta do all that.
We ain't gotta do all
Why'd she
that.
look at me?
You was about to razzle. You was talking to someone in that booth, respectfully.
Yeah, no. I came off of that was at the end of spring break, I think. And I had a long week. And I think I was listening to like mad music because I knew I was about to hop in the booth with Twist.
Yeah.
I was driving. We came from Albany to go to Utica and then go back to Buff. So I was like, I gotta make this worth it. Like I gotta make a hit.
So
like I gotta make a banger and I gotta speak. Like I gotta spit. So we listened to mad music. I went from like Nip to like OJZ to Russ. Like we're just
palette.
Yeah,
Good.
it
That's
was
a beautiful palette right there.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And I showed Twist like 3 songs. And I was like, I need to be like this. He showed me. I was like, yep. I hopped in there and
That's
yeah.
fire.
But I was definitely talking to some people. But
no, because patience is hard, and I feel like patience. I said to you when we were talking about when I gave you the review of the EP, I said patience is a track that you can play in different places.
Right.
And
it's versatile. Like yeah, and I think people liked it that I was kind of like getting more melodic too, but like shout out to Twist because that's the type of thing where you have to be comfortable, like trying to step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And he gave me that space to do that. I'm just like, yo, just try it. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way you're going to find your sound.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking to Mr. Melodic over here.
I'm weak. No, yeah. So how do you feel about that body of work? After it was all done, the whole EP, how did you feel about it after?
I was like definitely very satisfied.
Love that.
And trust me, I'm the type of person I have to sit on stuff for a long time. Like I said, I recorded Patience in March. Mm-hmm. Some of the other tracks I did a long time ago, and then some I did like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
But I knew like after hearing it over and over, this is exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Whether this song flops, it didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
It was more or less like I put together what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
I was definitely very satisfied. And now I'm excited to like keep doing it. Like I want to do more EPs.
Yeah.
And I just want to keep growing because like I said this in my last interview, I was like, an album for me's got to be, that's something that's, for me, that's very important. I study music a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think that putting an album together the right way, that's really big. So we'll wait on that for a little bit. But definitely
a couple more EPs and singles.
Yeah, singles. New singles soon. I'm probably just gonna like drop a surprise single.
Fire.
Like, you know what I mean? I got the ball rolling right now, so.
Fire. What is your writing process like?
Oh, it's different all the time.
Yeah?
Because I write music all the time.
Okay.
So it's hard because I feel like there's 2 different ends to it. There's the one where it's like you just get these bursts of creativity and you can't help but, it doesn't even have to go together, but you're just literally spitting like thoughts and spewing that onto like your notes. And I definitely have a lot of those. When I'm in a good mental state, like that can go on for a while. Mm-hmm. As far as like just like getting in the booth and like, all right, we got to make a song, it can change up. I used to be a type of person where it was like, I'm going to write a nasty verse and then I'm going to sit on it and try and find a melody and make a hook. Yeah. But now, recently, I've more been trying to make hooks first because I found out, like, me and Carney be talking about this all the time. It's like, let's be real. If you don't got a fire hook, I mean, putting a verse back on it because, you know what I mean, it can get lost in it.
Okay.
And I think sometimes, like, I've been having an ear for it more. Mm-hmm. And definitely trying to get more creative and try different music has helped me with that. Because before, I didn't know how to make a hook. Like, my first time stepping into a studio, like, after the TikTok stuff 2 years ago, I didn't know. I was like, it was intimidating because it's like, you hear it all the time. I knew how to rap. Like, I could rap my head off. But making a hook was new. Because it didn't have to be a bunch of rhymey bars. It's gotta, So, I don't know. I've been trying to get better with that, but it really it depends. It really changes all the time.
So when you're writing, are you only and always writing your personal things that you went through, or do you like, how do you go about it sometimes?
Nah. I've been through a lot, and like, obviously my music is my closest thing to me, so it is a lot of me, but at the same time, my world isn't just me.
And that was real.
I'm surrounded by a lot of people that I love.
Real. Hold on. That was real. Hold on. After I heard it, I said, wow, that was fire. My world isn't just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if music's going to be such a big part of that, then it's got to have other pieces to it. And I, like different scenarios within my life and within my world have impacted me in a certain way that make me want to speak out and like, you know what I mean? And I've had other people's perspectives and I've never really done a song like that, but I listen to like Joyner Lucas's and like Nas, like those story songs, like from other people's perspectives. Like I think that's fire. But yeah, my music is definitely not just all me. And because I see so much.
Yeah.
While I'm going through stuff, I'm still seeing other stuff. And the people that are around me that I care about or just are in my environment are going through stuff too. But at the end of the day, it all makes up like who I am.
Fire. That was the hardest bar I think I heard in a while. That was tough.
We're making t-shirts after this.
We definitely are. Some merch is dropping right after this episode.
Yep.
If I really do that, please buy.
Not for real. I'll post it everywhere.
Respectfully. Now there's another part to this whole music thing that you got to do. Performing. How do you feel about performing?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love it. I think I didn't realize at first, my first performance, official performance, I did an open mic night back at school, which was pretty cool. But my first official performance was at the Juneteenth festival in Olean to celebrate Juneteenth. And just like everything, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that because everyone was like, did you see me this? I was like, yo, it's crazy. And something about seeing the people react to your music that way is like, but I'm being honest, like when I step up on stage and I have a mic in my hand, it's just nothing can't touch me. That's how
fire.
It feels.
That's fire.
It really does.
Are you nervous beforehand? How do you get prepared? Like what is your like thought process?
I think it's more like confident and then like a little anxious and then it's like, all right, let's go. It's game time.
Okay.
It's like confident, a little cocky maybe, you know, before like it's the day
To
before.
remind yourself.
You got to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You got to remind yourself of who you are. Like,
yeah.
you know, you did all this to get to this point. There's a reason you're here. So it's like, you got to show out.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like cocky, a little confident. And then there's that period of time where you're anxious because like, you know what I mean? You want to execute the right way.
Yeah.
And you want to get perceived the right way. As much as we want to like act big-headed as artists, like everybody, there's certain things like people can affect you, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it's like game time. It's lock-in. But then when you get up there, it felt like I didn't have to think. That was cool.
Second nature.
I didn't have to think. I thought it was gonna be a little more technical, but I didn't have to think.
I like where your headspace is with music. I feel like you just know what you want in a sense. Like you know where you're going because you're not going to let anybody else distract you or get in the way of it. You're like a train where you're just like, I'm going to get to my destination regardless.
Yeah. It's like I try not to be cocky because I know like I don't like people that talk and have no action. But the thing is with me is like sometimes I feel like I have the right to talk because like I do put so much of myself into this. Yeah. And it's like, I'm like I'm on the train. Like I'm on the train. It's like I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? And I feel like when it comes to this, like it's so deep for me that I believe in it so much, but I know I'm crazy. Like, I know I seem delusional, but that's what's so cool about it. Is like, I'll sit here and say, like, yeah, I'm going to be performing on some of the biggest stages in America in the next couple years. But, like, I can say that with a lot of confidence because I believe in me. Yeah. You know?
Have you ever thought about giving up?
I would be let my pride get the best of me if I said no. I think there was a point where, like I said, this music is so much of me that when you start to lose yourself a little bit, that can go with it. Yeah. And it wasn't because of low numbers. It wasn't because I had people telling me I couldn't. It's always been a me versus me battle.
Okay.
My whole, like, everything,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everyone can think that this is affecting me or this, whatever, but it's always been me versus me. I think I can't really remember a specific time where I was, like, really about to pull the clip, but I think that I felt it dying once in me, because when I was in a weird headspace, it's like I felt like I was losing that too. Yeah. And it's like, who are you? Like, you lose a piece of your identity for a minute. And it's like I had to try and find myself again. And yeah, like, life is crazy. And especially when I'm doing all this and it's happening so fast. I'm only 18. Like, I have so much going on. And I think people also don't realize that too, is like, I was just talking about, I don't know, were we talking about this? It was like, people don't realize, like, people in certain things don't realize how they could have affected, like, they hear my music and they hear what I do. They see me on social media, but nobody realizes, like, how small things can, like, partake in stuff like that.
It's the meaningful people that play a big part.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just think that sometimes it's, like, such an outlandish thing that, like, you can lose sight of, like, I'm still a kid and I'm still human, and, like, I'm trying to do something so crazy, and I'm blessed that, like, I was raised the way I was and I saw the things I did that got me here, because it kept this head on my shoulders. Like, it's making me aware, and I'm doing better because of it. But, like, I think you forget that sometimes, and I think I forgot it once. That's what I mean, is people can say what they want. People can love me as hard as they want, and they can let go when they want. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's me. Yeah. So, like, you know what I mean? And if I start to lose that, then, you know, I mean, I got to try and put the pieces back together. Yeah. Because nobody else is going to be able to change it. You know what I mean? Like, their words can help you and maybe change your mindset, but then what is that? It's you. So until you can build up that person in the mirror, you're never going to be able to take, like, that step out when it goes wrong.
What is the message you have for the naysayers?
Man, I got to think about this one. The message I have for the naysayers.
Your doubters.
I mean, like, what up, y'all? Y'all got me to this point, truthfully. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work. You're doing great.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
I got some more bangers for you on the way.
I got some more bangers for you on the way. Keep it up.
Oh, and then this is, like, if you just play this in the future, I told you so.
I told you so. Keep it up. I love that. Respectfully.
Yeah, no. I don't ever want to be, like, surrounded by a bunch of people that kiss my feet. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, no. I like it. Yeah. 'Cause, I don't know, I just like it. I get something from it. I don't want everybody to love me, and I don't want everything to go perfect. Yeah. 'Cause that's how this started. Life was really at a low, and that's how God showed me this gift that I had, and now I get to share with other people. So I hope people keep being you.
I'm gonna keep being me.
I'm gonna keep being me.
Exactly. If you were to say right now what your purpose is, what would you say?
Just in general, like me, LEALE.
In life, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's to show people that there's always a way and there's always a light. As long as you stick to your grounds of, well, I mean, what LEALE stands for. LEALE, I don't think a lot of people know this. So I'm just going to say it.
That was part of the question.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It was coming. But go ahead.
You want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, LEALE stands for loyalty and truth in Italian. And like I said, I've always been, like, tried to be the most loyal and truthful person I can. Like, no matter what life throws at me. But more or less it means being loyal and true to you. Yeah. Because you can be loyal to people, but it doesn't mean they're going to be loyal to you back. But if you can be loyal to yourself, then you're going to become the strongest version of you. So I would say is, like, just being able to show people that. LEALE is bigger than me.
Yeah.
It is. And I think my purpose is to give people that like sense of hope that if you keep hustling and you keep being you and stay true to who you are and keep trying to grow, that like you can do whatever you want. Because I was the kid in my mom's car hiding in poems in my room, and now I'm going to be performing on big stages, connecting with huge artists on great podcasts, making great music. Like
I love that though. Yeah. Do you believe that your words have power?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that. I've always wanted to like be an influencer of some sort. I always like growing up, I always thought about doing like social media in some direction or like maybe even like podcast, something like this, because I always felt like I had so much to say. But being able to take my words and put them into an art that like means so much to me and I enjoy so much. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Like can't get much better than that.
That's dope. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I do have some personality questions for you.
Personality?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's get it.
First question. Who are artists or who are artists in general that you would love to work with?
Ooh. J. Cole.
Shout out J. Cole.
Ooh.
Respectfully.
Man, yeah, that'd be something. I mean, Nas.
Nas, wow.
That's like stretching, but like if we're being like, if I'm stretching.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of like smart artists that I would love to collab with too.
Yeah.
But J. Cole, Nas.
That's a fire palette already. That's bar. Yeah. Bars on bars.
Yeah. I've always like sometimes I'll hear a song and I'll be like, yeah, I would sound fire on this, but like with certain artists, but I guess it just kind of depends.
Make a third one if you could pick a third one.
It's hard. I feel like the thing is with me is like I don't know if I could collab with like a lot of new school rappers. I don't like that's not really because I think about people that Big Sean.
Facts.
I know it's unconventional, but that man inspired so much my music growing up.
That's fire.
Like
Big Sean's a goat.
Yeah. That's it.
Other than music, what's something else that brings you peace?
Brings me peace. Well, like I love to work out and stuff like that, but as far as just like mentally bringing me peace, I think I'm not like a huge people person, but when I find my people, that's big to me. Like being around people that are healthy for my mind, like just being around my people in general. I really do, because it's hard. Like I live in my own head a lot. Like I've said, it's been a me versus me battle for a long time. So like being around people that are refreshing and like I can just genuinely be me but have a good time. So I think, I just like to be with like dope people that have a good heart and the same mindset as me. I don't know, like fun stuff. I work out, I go to the gym. I'm a big sister, so I like to be with my family. But yeah.
Feel that. Lastly, the most important question. What are your top 3 cereals?
My top 3 cereals?
Yep.
People are going to judge me for this.
Go ahead. Make them judge.
Wait, can I like, does it have to be like 1, 2, 3?
No, it doesn't have to be in order.
Okay. Fruity Pebbles is on the list.
Fruity Pebbles. Shout out Fruity Pebbles. Okay.
Not bad, no.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Big facts.
Yeah,
wow.
Clap it up. Clap it up for Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow.
Oh, it's closer. Reese's Puffs.
Okay, I can give that. I can give it to Reese's Puffs. I can
Yo,
give it to Reese's Puffs.
I
Raz was hating though.
Bro, I grew up on that. Like I can't.
The commercials though. I grew up on the commercials.
Yeah, I know.
Reese's
Bars.
Puffs. Reese's. I'm crying.
Yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah. What are some wise words you want to leave the people with?
I said a lot, but I hope that people pick up on like things that I do have to say. Yeah. And like thank you for this opportunity, because I always say my music is so much of me, but I feel like outside of social media and everything, you don't really get the opportunity to truly see me and like what I stand for.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that I'm genuine, because you can hear me coming out your speaker, but like you know what I mean? You don't always get the full picture.
Yeah.
I would say look at life with a broad lens and stick to who you are. Like, that's really what I stand for. But it's a big world with a lot of opportunity, and don't be afraid to step outside the box. Don't be afraid to be different, and put in work. Like, you gotta hustle. And if you want something, go get it. Because I swear, I promise, it's not out of your reach. And it may seem it, but like I said, if you're looking at life with a broad lens, it's gonna seem far away. But if you keep working, it's just gonna get closer and closer, you know?
Respectfully.
And yeah, go stream LEALE on all platforms.
My wise words for today are definitely say less than needed. Not everything needs so much of a response. Not everything needs an investigation. Just say less than what's needed, and what's for you will be meant for you. Like, it will be for you. So I feel like I need to say that for myself, in a sense, for obvious situations that people know of me, but say less than needed. But honestly, and if you're in a negotiation, or if you're in a argument or anything, if you say less than needed, you're in that person's head. Like, you're sitting in that person's head.
And don't give too much of yourself.
Exactly.
Because it's not deserved.
Don't show your hand.
You know what I mean?
Respectfully.
Don't give so much of yourself that ends up detrimenting you. You
Exactly.
know?
Just don't say less than needed, and you win that way. Draw 4. Hold on. Where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media at It's Leale, ITZLEALE, and all my music's on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, at Leale. All caps. LEALE. We got 2 music videos on the way. Patience and 245. 245 is going to be a movie. If you guys haven't listened to that track, it's really deep, but both the videos are going to be fire. So tune in.
Fire.
Yeah.
I do want to give you your flowers once again.
Tune in.
I do want to give you your flowers once again. You are someone that doesn't stop. No matter what you're going through in life, you stay consistent. Very proud of you. I already see you doing big things. You did numbers that people wish they could do, and you've done it starting off. So you already see what it's like, and it's only going to be bigger for you then and now and forever. Don't stop. Keep your head on your shoulders.
Will do.
Surround yourself with great folk like you already do. And, yeah. This is long overdue as well.
Yeah, no, you guys want to know how long I've been trying to get in this chair?
This is long overdue.
For real, long overdue.
But perfect time.
For real.
It's a truthful execution. The Loft TV Season 4.
Yeah.
We're out of here.